Yeah.
This is a question from someone else that I was also curious about. What is your favorite Pearl Jam show that you played in, and why is that your favorite? Like, what made, like, energy or the fans or the set? Like, what? I mean, obviously there's probably a whole bunch, but like one or two that really stand out.
Certainly, Madison Square Garden the other night was one of my favorite of all time.
The second night,
had to be one of my favorites
all time.
I think so. I just think the energy was really great. The anticipation of that was good. He played pretty great. Ace Frehley was there. I love him.
Matt Cameron singing on Black Diamond
was killer. I got to sing a little teeny at the beginning, which was a little bit hacky, but Matt.
It was all right, man.
Okay, good.
All right.
Matt killed it, and that maybe because it was so fresh and so new in my mind that it's like, fucking Madison Square Garden, woo!
Okay.
You know, and all the legend and all that stuff that goes along with it. There's that, and there's anytime you play the Gorge up in Seattle, it's unbelievable because it's the backdrop is the Columbia River, and I can't think of a certain one night there. I mean, we did those 3 CD sets from I remember those were pretty cool shows. Playing in Verona, Italy. I can't give you one.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Verona, Italy. It's the Roman Coliseum again. And we've got to play there a few times. It was actually on our Italy DVD. It's one where it was raining, but it's a rad place to play. Oh God, Slane Castle when we opened up for Neil Young in Ireland was pretty neat. That's way back.
Yeah, 92, 93.
Yeah. There's a myriad of them right there. And I haven't thought about it for a while, so it's like, hey, except for Madison Square Garden being so fresh. Right? There's another one I'm missing right now, but Mexico is really rad too.
What about Seattle, the end of the 2000 tour, the second night? There was like
that was
11/6, 2000.
That was good. I think we did a bootleg of that, right? Was that a 3-hour thing, or was it? Yeah. That was the killer set.
Chili Peppers opened up, I think.
Yes, they were there in town and they came out and did 4 tunes. That was a long time. Oh, I know. Yeah, I remember that. That was 8 years already.
It was my buddy's favorite show of all time. So
I remember it was rad. I remember that was good.
I really liked when you guys played in San Francisco a couple years ago. In 06. There's the last night you guys played Red Mosquito, and that's like one of my all-time favorites. And Ed was talking about how he wrote it after a really bad day, which I assume was that day he got sick at the polo field.
That must have been it, yeah.
And so that to me, that bootleg from the '95 show is one of my favorites of all time.
That was one of the worst shows ever. The one you just described earlier. That was my bad. Not that one. The one where he got sick.
No, that's what I'm saying though. The bootleg. It's my favorite of all time. The Down by the River. It's 20 minutes long.
You love that. That's great.
Oh my God! I wanted this interview to happen before Madison Square Garden because the first night at the Garden was the 13th anniversary to the day of that show. So I was going to ask if you could play Down by the River.
No way! Wow.
So maybe it's not too late for night 2 of Boston to play a little Down by the River.
We have to learn it though.
Dude, I can teach it to you. It's only 2 chords. It's E and A. For a little the
C, right? And by the C, E, is that
no, it's D and A. G, D, A.
Okay.
Here we go. Last question. When did you first realize that you could melt faces, and what's it like to melt faces every single night?
First of all, I guess right now is when I just realized I could melt faces because you told me that. I never knew I could do anything. Not literally melt faces, figuratively.
When you
I don't know.
First realized wow, I can do something really powerful with this instrument. And what's it like to affect people with your instrument on a nightly basis?
It's amazing. It's an honor. I'm very grateful for it. It's it was over a period of time when I started realizing our band was something that was really cool and a good band. I knew we were really good. I knew we were a good band, but I think we turned into a great band after that, and that's from years of touring and fans and doing records and blah blah blah. So it was over a period of time I realized that those things are good. I don't sit around and think about those things. Bullshit. I think about it sometimes. But I just think that it feels like it's unlike any other feeling I've ever had to be able to play music and have people enjoy it and get something out of it. And get something positive out of it.
Right.
Because I get something positive out of it. It's always been a good release for me, and I get something. It makes me feel proud that people will follow us around and have gone to 100 shows, or it makes me feel like, okay, we really need to be here and do well because there's an expectation, because we want to live up to our name, you know, and we want to live up to to be the best. I do, at least, to be the best band we can be, and I want to constantly. We're kind of a band like want to constantly trying to beat where we've been, but not thinking about it. You want to go in different directions to try to test ourselves. But Stone's certainly like that. Stone is just he's always thinking way too much. So it's like but in a good way, because he wants to look at a song in 8 different ways, and then. But that being said, it's an honor and it's a privilege to be able to play for this many people tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when I was paying to play down in LA, $700. Yeah.
Bad system.
I know. I did it back in the 80s, though. Yeah. Horrible system. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
All right, so I'm Zack Newman. Nixon's behind the camera. This is Mike fucking McCready.
Woo! And that was my middle name for a little while. It was, actually. I had to.
It still is.
Yeah.
It's Mike fucking McCready right here. All right.
Zach, thank you very much.
Thank
yeah.
you.